Welcome in, everyone, to another wonderful night of Overwatch BroLeague. And tonight, we got something a little special for you. We got the wonderful, fantastic finals. Tonight, we have the Executioners versus College Dropouts. Both teams so far this season have done an incredible job sticking pretty close to the top of the ladder here for almost the whole season. But before I get too far ahead of myself here, you got myself, EDAC, Lily, Big D, along with Chad himself. Welcome in, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad to be back. I had fun the first time, so.
Hey, we're glad to have you here. It's always a fun time in the caster's booth here, right? So
yeah, I mean it's exciting. I went back and watched some of the plays from the last games from the semifinals, and it was intense. It was intense. That's all I have to say for that.
Yeah, as someone that was playing in it, it was very intense in there as well. So
right.
we still ended up losing it. But man, it was something else, dude. That was it's some good games. The next game that was right after that, I think it was Executioners versus I Need Ceiling.
Yeah,
fantastic game as well.
Oh yeah.
I could have lasted a little bit longer. That'd have been more ideal. Get some more views, get some more hype in the chat. But it is what it is. It is what it is, man. So let's actually hop in, start this stream off right here. Take a look at our verses, and let me actually look at what I am casting to everyone right now. There we go. We got College Dropouts versus the Executioners. Like I was saying earlier, this is the number 1 and number 3 seed. No, 3 seed? 2 seed. I think the number 1 and number 2 seed teams from the regular season. We had 1 versus 4 and 2 versus 3. I think that checks out. But yeah, so I mean, the season worked out like it should have, I guess. We got number 1, number 2 in here, right?
I mean, yeah, it sounds like it. I mean, I know they fought hard, and I could tell by the way they played. Yep.
Super excited to see it going through. Let's take a look at our rosters we got going on right now. We got College Dropouts with team captain Pigeon Eyes, Teal Banana, Beelzebub, Madman, and Dax, the newcomer in. I think Dax had 2 games in the season before they got into the playoffs. So welcome into him. Over on the opposite side of the Executioners, we got Tosferatu leading his team of Crazy Cat, Comets, Zesty, and Blanket. I think Zesty may be new as well. I don't remember when they may have come in. That may have been like right before the finals. I don't know. This is BroLeague. People come in, drop out all the time. Stat-wise, I mean, we're looking at College Dropouts. They've got 3 people with above a 5.0 elimination assist death average, which is pretty astonishing. They stay alive a good amount.
Yeah,
they have no one that's under a 3.5 EAD, which is
wow, that is actually impressive.
Yeah. The opposing side, Executioners here, we got I think the highest they have on their side is their tank Crazy Cats with a 4.61 EAD, which, I mean, no one's fallen below a 2.0 on their side as well. So overall, I mean, both sides just staying alive. And I mean, that's what you got to do to win games, right?
I mean, that's exactly what you got to do to win games: make plays and stay alive.
Yeah. Taking a look, we got Pigeon Eyes sitting with most total damage. Pigeon Eyes over on College Dropouts, most total damage on the season with 261,000 total damage. The closest on the opposing side is Crazy Cat, the opposing tank, with 211,000 damage. Total healing, let's see, we got both Beelzebub and Teal Banana sitting with 176,000 and 166,000 respectively. And over on the Executioner side, we got looks like Comets with 105,000. I think he's been the one that's mainly been on heals. I think the other heal spot's been swapped around a little bit. So yeah, it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't wait to see kind of how these teams play out. The numbers, just sheer numbers, it looks like it's leaning College Dropouts. I don't believe it's going to be as number driven as we're seeing
Right.
from the season.
Right. I think so as well. I mean, you know, you're coming to this game with a lot of just, you know, expectations and stuff like that, and numbers don't always mean everything. Somebody could be having a bad day, you know, you never know. There's a lot of variables when you come into a competitive scene, and we may see one of them today.
Yeah, it's going to be a crazy one out there. I really look forward to the tank matchup here between Crazy Cat and Pigeon Eyes. Both have been kind of standout tank players throughout the entire season. Really, they've been those that have people have talked about really throughout the whole season. Truthfully, so I mean, it's going to be cool to see kind of how everyone plays this out. But yeah, let's take a look and see where we're going, so we can kind of get this thing moving on. All right, we got Lijiang Tower and Ilios being banned out by College Dropouts, and Busan and Oasis taken out by the Executioners, leaving us with Nepal. So that's those are going to be some pretty good maps. Nepal's not my favorite of all the maps. I try to stick away from Nepal if I can. I never do great on it, but there's some one map that sticks out earlier in the season. Sticks out in my head. It was, I believe, Crazy Cat that was just going nuts on Nepal on Village. Just was able to use the natural cover that was all around and being able to dodge and dash with his Reinhardt and really kind of just dominate the playing field. So I'll be looking forward to seeing if they're going to be able to do that against Pigeon Eyes, and likewise with Pigeon Eyes being able to switch pretty easily from tank to tank to counter wherever he's needed. He's a tough one to go up against. So it'll.
I think this map is going to be pretty exciting to see.
Oh, welcome in, Kay. Didn't even see you come in. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting one. I actually need to get this match actually built up and get people in here. Things were going a little hectic before we actually started. Our Rainbow Six League actually started up their stream on this one first, even though we were supposed to have this one. So we kicked them out and we got it built up for ourselves. I've got to get this thing moving along here, so I'm going to give you a quick word from our sponsors over at Rogue. Remember, you can use code BroLeague for 10% off your next purchase at Rogue. Take it away. All right, we are back in the game. Apologies for everything that's going on. I say we as if this was an everybody issue. This was a me issue. I had trouble setting some things up. Anyway,
I would
we're
totally
here now.
take all the blame.
Nah.
Who's blaming on me there? We are back and better than ever, trying to get into this final game, which has been highly anticipated all season. I think our hype from our last stream of the semifinals was huge, and I love to see that in our stream chat today. We really want to bring that hype in for this final tournament.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a good one. Can't wait to see it. Hopefully, we get enough hype in the chat here. Hope we got enough people that are going to be calling out some cool stuff, finding some fun things, and hopefully we can get some good clips. That's what I'm hoping for.
Mm-hmm.
I want some clips.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Anyway, as we are heading in here, we are now into match 1.
We see Toast pulling out the Rhine as a tank. That was a decision that we weren't really expecting to see here. And we saw it last games in the semifinals. Let's see if it pays off here in the finals.
This tank matchup is going to be very interesting to see. I know Pigeon Eyes is a fan favorite here, so.
What a kill by Toast Frog picking out Pigeon Eyes. Pigeon Eyes responding in turn.
Teal Banana.
Pigeon Eyes in the back line here, going absolutely crazy with these picks.
Down he goes, and that's going to be point going over.
Mm-hmm. The red team getting it, the executioner. Yep.
Nosferatu making us all wonder why he's not just been chilling on tank all season. He's doing some wonders right now.
Mm-hmm. You can really see the growth of Toast and his confidence in being a tank since he first started doing it. And I think switching off Crazy Cat kind of made them unexpect that going into finals. Everybody was expecting the Crazy Cat versus Pigeonizers.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Even pregame, that's what I was calling. What a great job by Toast, getting lots of hits there. Unfortunately, getting brought back up by Zesty. Toast going a little deep here. I don't know if his team's going to be able to help him out too much. Yeah, he's going to have to drop back, and that's likely going to concede the point. That's
They are going to be able to cap a good percentage, though, of the point. And you really saw that back in semifinals. Yep.
It actually might look like they might not get the point here. Their Executioner's doing a great job at recovering that.
That's crazy. Being able to get that Pigeon Eyes kill there was huge, and being able to level up that playing field.
Huge.
And they were still able to keep the point there. They're going to go in with Kiriko ult and Torbjorn ult.
Well, just as you call it, Kiriko and Torbjorn ult both go out.
Yeah.
Here comes the dragon straight through the midfield. Actually, right off to the corner here. Pigeon Eyes being pinned
getting
up by
that
Toast.
kill on comments. Madman getting the kill on there, and it is looking like the red team, the Executioners, are going down there.
Oh,
they barely can't touch the point.
They C9'd it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very unlucky. You always got to send one person at least on that point to at least touch, to get that overtime going.
Yeah, they were so worried about making sure that they got Executioners dead so they couldn't come back and take the point.
Right.
That they forgot that the main purpose here is to take the point.
So
yeah, just a good old-fashioned ranked C9. You gotta love it.
Yeah, I mean, some people just forget to play the objective, and that's exactly what we've seen here.
It's always easy to do as well, and I hate it because I do it all the time.
Yep. It's always easy to just not run up to the point. It's very simple, but it's the best of us.
You see the Executioners playing super aggressive here, getting that first point start and not letting them on at all right there.
We actually got a very interesting call from Pigeon Eyes here, going into Ramatra. Ramatra is a very aggressive take, and I think he does well against Reinhardt. But, I mean, Tosferatu, I mean, he is in
killing
there.
it right there.
He is killing
kind
it.
of charging into that Mercy right there and missing, but still getting into his back lines. You have to applaud the supports there, keeping Toast alive while he's in that trap with 3 characters against him is a very hard thing to do.
We also got to account for ability usage here. If you notice, Tosferatu is managing his shield very well and not having that cooldown come up.
And down he goes. That was Pigeon Eyes going down. Just kind of went a little deep. But this is going to be a tough one, I think, to come and take back. This is a hard point to take back.
Right there. Pigeonizer tried to push in space, but then you saw Toast use his slam to push them back off the point. You saw the Mercy and the Soldier getting pushed behind the barrier right there.
We do have 2 ultis on. Oh, big ult.
Huge ult.
We got the Ramatra ult coming out. Gets pinned by Tosferatu.
Down
Toast
he goes
is just
as well.
destroying it today.
Yeah, Toast is dominating today.
As well as Zesty, you can kind of see how they've been working together all season and grow. Like, having that trust in your supports as a tank is a huge confidence boost right there.
That's very true.
Which is crazy because with Toast only having maybe 3 games, I think, all season, if that. Oh, here we go. We got an ult. I'm going to shut up for now.
That was a huge play by Toast. They did get 1 pick of the Bastion, but Toast using his shield to block the visor. Madman getting 1 kill. Killing Toast is both of Toast's healers right there.
We may actually see them cap the point, and they cap the point.
They capped the point with 97%. That's huge.
That is
They've learned their lessons from the last point.
Just to put it into perspective here, this is the first time that College Dropouts have taken the point in 197% to 0.
Toast saving both of his Ryan charges there. That was a new thing that they added in Ryan's rework. Really playing advantage to those.
Toast just doing what Reinhardt does best and just swinging away.
Is Beelzebub going to be able to teleport away, or is his whole team dead there?
Beelzebub's going to try his hardest to hold on to point, but nothing's going to happen here. Dax is going to have to sit back in the back, and nothing's really going to happen off of it. That's a 2-0 for the Executioners going through match 1. Truly, what a play.
You can kind of see that gold skin on that Ryan there, so you can see he's been practicing his Ryan skills.
I mean, Tosferatu he's just absolutely dominating this match here. I mean, that's not to go without saying that his supports weren't big help, because they definitely were. There were definitely a few times where he was very low health.
Yeah, and you can really see him utilizing those Rhyme strats by moving and looking both ways, gets your swings your hammer either further distance. He's really been learning and perfecting his craft.
Right. I'm actually surprised at Pigeon Eyes here. I thought maybe we would see a Ball a little bit earlier, because Ball, I feel like, is a very good pick on Nepal. He can do a lot of things. He can shield himself, and he can do a lot of damage, and he can just really take over the map. And I'm interested. I was interested not to. Sorry, I mixed up all over words here. I was surprised that he didn't pick it earlier. And he did end up picking it towards the end of the map, but unfortunately, that just wasn't quick enough.
Yeah. And I think truthfully that Ball was just so they could get back in time. They knew they didn't have much time.
Right.
He had to get back there in such a quick amount of time that by the end of it, it didn't really matter that he had Ball. It was
true.
The only way he was going to be able to get back there was with Ball. Maybe they should have switched it up a little bit earlier. I'm sure they're discussing on ways that they're going to be able to change it up now.
Yeah.
If we remember back to College Dropouts' previous semifinal match, they actually lost the first match as well, in the best of three, and came back and won 2 in a row. So again,
Love to
it's
see this
anyone's game.
hype in the chat. We see Let's Go Executioners and Let's Go College Dropouts. It's kind of both ways in the chat right now. We have like a 50-50 vote, like who could win. We have fan favorites on both teams.
I mean, if I'm College Dropouts here and I'm, I just lost this match, I would be kind of upset. But at the same time, I think this just gives you more drive to push forward and to show what you're truly made of in coming into the second map.
I am gonna kind of read off chat right here from Teal Banana. Why couldn't a bike stand up on its own? And we have Toast answering, he was too tired. Now that's a great comment. Great commentary from our teams out here.
Well, let's get back into this real quick. We are in a best of 5 tonight, so it's going a little bit longer than normal, or it should. It may not. You never know. But we got new Queen Street being taken out by College Dropouts and Coliseo being taken out by the Executioners, which leaves us with Esperanza. So, without further ado, I say let's go ahead and get into this thing and see this match played out.
This map can go either ways. This is one of those maps where you can be losing all the way towards the end and then make a push and win the map. I've seen that so many times this season and so many times throughout like my Overwatch career.
Yeah,
this one's going to be an exciting one.
Yeah, with push maps, like you said, it can go anyway. You can always come back. On this map, it's going to be very interesting to see how the high ground is utilized. There's a lot of verticality here, and we're going to see maybe hopefully get some sniping out. I always like to see some good, headshots and some good shots.
We could see Crazy Cat coming out with some sniping. That would be interesting to see.
Yeah, and like you were saying, the verticality on this map is kind of unmatched on any of the other push maps. You have the initial bridge here that has so much cover that you either have to have somebody be able to dive, or you have to have somebody that's flying to be able to take it over. The next spot they're going to have to contend with is this one right here, where as they're coming under the bridge, if they're pushed back far enough, they're going to have all this cover to be able to work with. Plus, they're going to have these little windows here. Right after that, just off to the side, more high ground. And then, wouldn't you know it, you've got more high ground here and over here.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see how they play with the environment here. I think it's going to be a big part of this game.
I think you are correct. I would expect Dax probably to have gone up top, but he decides to stay down bottom. Executioner's going ahead and moving up straight to the robot, being able to take location first, and Bastion sitting up top on their side.
It's still surprising to see how aggressive Executioner is. I mean, it seems like they're keeping up with that same playstyle that we know them well for.
They're playing it very safe here with picking like Crazy Cat and Blanket's characters. They know those work and they're sticking with them. And I think that's a smart play on them, not really changing it up for the finals and sticking with what they know to work.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta stick with, exactly. You gotta stick with what you know is best, and if it's like,
I believe, it's not broke, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is the map that Beelzebub actually, I believe it was him. We got that on a play of the game that was crazy throughout this season. The first support play of the game we've had.
I don't know.
We got Ana Nano. Moving up, getting picks. Pigeon Eyes getting picks here. Let's see if we can get two picks for Pigeon Eyes. Pigeon Eyes showing why he should be feared.
Yeah.
And there he goes. Now 3 kills, pushing the last 2 back.
Yep. Yeah. And they're at that chokehold again. They're gonna just push around this corner, and they're gonna fight between the hallway and the corner here. That's the big thing. Are they gonna be able to pull ahead in meters? And they did take the lead right there in meters. Those 0.2, less than a 0.2 meters is going to be huge for them.
Down.
Pigeon Eyes are getting the red.
Top, playing that verticality in the map.
We have a Soldier v Soldier with Crazy Cat and Dax. That's
We do have a
little
Soldier
funky
visor
here.
here. Let's. Soldier still in the back line. This is interesting.
Ooh, Crazy Cat coming on top with that Soldier v Soldier.
Just so much happening. Pigeon Eyes in the back. Just
Yeah.
bullying his way around. Tosferatu sitting up in the front. Not really caring about Pigeon Eyes because his team goes ahead and takes care of him.
Crazy Cat pushing ahead. I think he's got that fire lit under him after that 1v1. We have the visor going off. Let's see how this plays out.
I'm not sure I would have gone with the visor there, but maybe they had a reason for it. It's better
I
to
think
use
right
it than
there
hold on
it
to it.
created a
lot of
lot of
things.
space. It did create a lot of space backing them up past that corner up there.
I mean, it does create a lot of space here, but they are down a lot of members already that are having respawn timers, and it's just interesting to see what they're going to be doing with that. I mean, it's just, you know, it could be a fat finger, like I highly doubt it. Maybe it's BM. Who knows? You know what's going through these players'
We
minds.
have Dax's visor going up above top, and you're really seeing his visor doing the work in there with a nanoed Orisa. Toast.
I mean, that
Getting
nano
taken
on that
out.
Orisa is nothing to be joked around with. I mean, that is a battle cow. It does a lot of damage and you know, takes a lot of damage while she's dealing it out.
You saw Crazy Cat kind of stay there in the background, and they did distract them a bit. They have not touched the robot, giving the executioners times to respawn with close spawn there. They
Yeah, they are
still have
very
close spawn.
close. And that's going to bring them right up top to high ground.
This is great positioning, especially when you got a Reinhardt and a Bastion. That Bastion can just sit right behind that shield. Here comes out the Orisa ult. Gonna get one, actually. Gets two. That was a nice Orisa ult.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was gonna do anything there because of the Reinhardt shield, but you know.
And they did
Positioning.
make the robot go past mid, so they are going to get far spawn here. So they do have some time to move the robot a bit.
The spears from Pigeon Eyes right now are just going unmatched. They're doing great.
It'll be interesting to see his spear percentage at the end. That's a really cool thing I want to see.
I think what you really got to do with those spears is focus down like a Bastion, you know, when he's hurt form, because that Bastion can do a lot of damage. But with Orisa, you can block almost all of it by, you know, spearing and doing the javelin as well, or the little spinny thing as well at the same time.
The executioners going in with Visor and Kiriko's Rush, and that was a great pair right there. Toast saving his Shatter, and that was a smart play there. They didn't waste all their ults. They used what was needed to get into there.
Yeah, use only what's needed, not anything extra, which truly is a good sign of some good game sense.
Exactly. It's going to be interesting to see this again. We do have an Ana ult back up, so are they going to continue to make the same play? And if they do, does Executioner have an answer for it? Yeah, as we can see, like, big Shatter coming out.
Huge
Getting
Shatter
two,
right
getting
there.
three.
Kind of skipping over the Orisa, going into their backlines. That's a huge play by Toast we've seen in this matchup.
We see Tosferatu and Crazy Cat moving up here to take up that space, chasing down a kill, but also they're going to be able to get these respawn timers just right.
We're coming into this. We do have two ults on the side of College Dropouts.
Pigeon Eyes again with the Ana ulti, and he also has his Orisa ulti up.
Toast being able to outlive the Nano Orisa.
Yep.
They are doing some inhuman things right now. I don't truly understand. This is going to be a hard push for them. Oh, Crazy Cat getting a little too crazy for his own good here and pushing out, almost getting popped. May go down right here. Oh.
This is an intense chokehold right here.
Yeah, this is a This is kind of tough to watch, honestly. You know, I am a fan of Pigeon Eyes. I watched the VOD, even though I wasn't there to cast for the game. Pigeon Eyes.
Oh, it's so close.
Oh, the Lucio holding that point. We're getting a revive on the Orisa here.
The Orisa res right there is what's gonna save them from capping.
Wow.
That is so close.
That is very close. I don't think they can afford to lose another fight here, if I'm going to be completely honest.
I wish I could see. It's got to be 142, just looking up at the top and how far it is. So if we're taking that, it's less than half a meter away, which is no time at all.
Right. And they do almost have 4 ultis on the side of Executioners here too, so they got a lot to play with here.
They do get a fair pick there, killing the Zen and then killing the Kiriko.
Oh, Toast Feratu actually going down, which is a big pick for them, I believe.
Crazy Cat using his ult.
They're trying to get
Crazy
out of
Cat,
there.
I mean, you know, it's in his name. He's going absolutely crazy. It is wild. This DPS is crazy.
Oh yeah. He's still alive.
Oh, he's still alive. Oh, and Crazy Cat gets taken down.
That actually gave them enough time to get 4 of their team members a close spawn, forcing the Orisa to back up there because she doesn't have a team. That was a huge play by Crazy Cat.
That was damn near a 1v1 kill.
We got an Orisa ult coming out. Oh,
No
gets the
damage.
Killing the Kiriko again. Oh. I can bet as a support main, getting Orisa ulted for the 3rd time.
Pigeon Eyes is down.
I don't think we're gonna be able to get the revive here for them too, so they're gonna have to play around this.
Gonna have to get some heals over onto Toast. Unable to get any Zesty. I think is
Toast
on their way
Feratu
back.
actually down. Bastion putting in some work.
Madman getting in there. And Madman and Crazy Cat, those two are they're fighting neck and neck today.
Yeah.
This does put College Dropouts in position to get close spawn. Game's not over until it's over. This could very well swing the other way.
20 seconds. And I don't want to say I called it in the beginning, so we'll watch out and see how this plays.
They do have 3 ults. They have 2 more ults left, the Shatter and the Beat Drop on the side of Executioners. I don't know if they're going to need it for the... I mean, there goes out the Shatter. Down goes Toast Feratu. Almost the Beat. They canceled the Beat. That was a big cancel of the Beat by Pigeon Eyes here. It gives his team a chance to take the point even further.
And
I mean, it just shows you that...
They do have 2 ults versus Executioners with 1... Not even close to a 2nd one.
I mean, this just like I said, goes to show you how much these players want to win this finals, you know. They are putting everything they got. I feel like maybe not. I mean, maybe they're giving their self enough space there and giving them that extra little push. You never know.
I don't feel like this would be the position you want to use that ult to get some extra positioning.
Right.
Wait until you can get a couple of kills or some damage off of it. They have 0 seconds left.
They just have to win 1 team fight, and it looks like Crazy Cat's gonna pull it through for them. Orisa dying before her ult going off.
That's gonna be it. Round 2.
Executioners winning this round.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you're right there. You hold off on that Bastion ulti a little bit longer, and as soon as they get on point, you pop that Bastion ulti straight on the point. It clears that point.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Then you can push up further.
Play of the game. This was huge here. So this is where I was mentioning him skipping over the Orisa right there and killing those 3 in his backline.
Right.
Yeah, that was a match. That's push for you though. It can go either way, and it can swing at a moment's notice. But being that close to capping at the end of it almost feels like it's it almost feels like it hurts. You don't get the full cap out of it. You get the win, but
right. I mean, I'm sure we've all, you know, all the Overwatch players in here have been in this situation where you're on a push map and it's always just, it seems like it's always one-sided, and then somebody makes a play, and then boom, your team is pushing further and pushing ahead. And we almost seen that from college dropouts. They were making plays, they kept making plays, and they pushed as far as they could, and they fought for it.
Yeah,
I totally agree with you there.
Yeah, both teams there. It seems that Executioners have really found kind of a stride here. And I'm going to have to go back and look at how the rest of the season played out. I don't remember how their games played.
Right. I mean, like you were saying, it's not all about numbers, because you were saying at the beginning here that college dropouts was looking like the favorite to win here based off of numbers. I mean, as we can see right now, Executioners up 2-0. It could go any way at this point, you know. And I think
Executioners have pretty much been dominating the field, except for, I believe, 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it here, week 1 and week 6 is when College Dropouts and Executioners last played each other. And week 1, it was a clean sweep by the Executioners. A control and escort map gave Executioners the win for that week. Week 6, a push and escort map gave College Dropouts the flush there. So it's been a clean sweep every time these teams have played each other. And if Executioners win this next one, they're going to keep with tradition and go with a full clean sweep each time they've played each other.
Right.
But I mean, for us to take a look and see where we're going next, I guess would be probably the next best step here. You were about to say something, Chad. I'll let you go ahead before I switch it over.
No, I was just thinking to myself, you know, if I'm on college dropouts currently, I'm thinking, one, how am I going to be able to deal with this Reinhardt and as well as Crazy Cat? I mean, they are a combo to be reckoned with. Like, they are, Reinhardt is going in and doing absolute work, and if Reinhardt's not doing the work, his team is backing him up. And, you know, we've seen Crazy Cat take out 3, almost 4, when they were pushing back and getting that, you know, that push towards the enemy team, but also buying enough time for his team to come up. So it's going to be interesting to see if they have an answer for Reinhardt. And I said that the last time I casted with Tosferatu playing a Reinhardt, I was wondering what is the answer for this Reinhardt, and if anybody's going to be able to pick that up.
I think they're both out for blood tonight. Both teams are very much fighting for their lives here. And I think college dropouts are not giving up hope and just letting the Executioners win. So they're putting up a fight till the end.
Right.
Well, I guess we're going to have to take a look and see where we're going next. Find out if this is going to be the last map or not. That's going to be the next step here. We are looking at Numbani, Midtown, and Blizzard World being taken out by college dropouts, Pariso, Hollywood, and Eichenwald by the Executioners, leaving us with the one, the only, what seems to be potentially favorite of the Overwatch League, Kings Row.
Kings Row is one of my favorites, one of my team's favorites. I think Kings Row is a safety map for everyone. That's a map that's been around for a while, and players are very confident in those maps.
I mean, this is another map with verticality. I mean, this is unrivaled. I mean, the sniping on this map can go crazy. You don't even have to snipe. You can play a soldier up high. You can play anything really up high, and it's all about verticality in this map and be able to control a point.
Yeah, and I mean that's pretty much what it's going to be. I think if we take a look a little bit at the last map, I don't think either team played majorly on the high grounds, but I think a little more on the high ground was the Executioner side. I at least saw them up there and kind of controlling it and taking some shots from there. I could be wrong.
No,
this
for
is
sure.
A huge
for sure.
Widow map as well. Like, if you can get some good shots in the beginning as Widow, that can really turn the favors towards your team.
Yeah, there's a lot of great characters for this map. Like you just said, you can get Widow, you can get You can get Ash. I mean, even a Symmetra would be nice to put on that entryway. You know, you put your turrets up there to just do that little bit of damage and slow the team down that comes through there. You know, you could play this map many ways, and I think verticality is going to be something that needs to be brought out by both teams here if they're going to want to be able to put the maximum amount of effort into this map.
Well, we're going to see. We're going to go into potentially the last match of the finals here if the Executioners can take this out. Let's hear it in chat. I know we've seen some people talking about a College Dropouts reverse sweep. But how many are we talking about? And the Executioners coming through and getting a clean sweep. We're going to have to start the match to actually find this out. And that's what
we
we're
are
going
seeing here in our Twitch chat that Beelzebub won a big push on this map, and then technical difficulties happened. They're trying to drop out duos, high key. Will it happen? We kind of see it. Executioners wanting a clean sweep. We have GT Gamers in there saying he wants a dirty sweep. We love to see it.
I mean, I would love to see College Dropouts win this map. I am rooting for an underdog. I love underdogs. You know, they can come out of nowhere and just show you exactly what they're made out of. And I don't think College Dropouts is something to be scoffed at. So I'm hoping they can bring it in and, you know, finish out at least winning this map.
Yeah, and it very well could happen. We could go straight for the reverse sweep right here. This could be the kick in the pants that College Dropouts needed to get them going in the right direction.
The Executioners are attacking first here, so depending on how well they can defend, that's going to be huge.
Yeah. We already see the positioning here. Like, we see this Bastion looking to go for the high ground, and you know, it's all about the positioning at this map, especially at this first chokehold. It's going to be about positioning.
I would really like to see the Executioners right now and how they're playing their strat. We have a Rhine blocking the Widow up top with his shield, giving the Widow pick, and then them quickly switching off to the Junkrat and Kiriko.
Yeah. I mean, you just want to look for those early game picks sometimes, and that could be a game changer. And they're going with their usual aggressive style, but it's looking like Pigeon Eyes may have an answer for that.
Yeah, this is a good one. They do have a major choke to get through right here.
Yeah,
and they got to get through. The only other way is to go up through the building and just right here to the right hand side through the window.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like I said earlier, it was all about positioning. It's always about positioning with this map. If you can get that early position, you can hold this point for as long as you want. As you know, you just gotta watch your positioning and play it correctly.
Oh, Tosferatu hitting the lamp post, unfortunately.
Yeah, very unfortunate. We got Pigeon Eyes putting in a lot of work, as well as Bastion backing up with the extra damage, securing some of those kills.
Now, are they going to play for ults here?
They're going to have to hurry it up a little bit. Comet's almost with his ult. Pigeon Eyes with his, and Teal Banana with his. Or with hers.
I mean, that Kiriko Kitsune rush is big on the Bastion and the Battle Cow. I mean, these characters do a lot of damage, and especially when you get that extra fire rate. Ooh, that's a very unlucky Orisa ulti. Oh, we got Dax with the ult coming out and the Kitsune rush to push them back. Dax getting a 4K. That was a big visor and a big Kitsune. It kind of helped recover from that unfortunate Orisa ulti there.
You know, this is the Pigeon Eyes I was expecting earlier. Getting in there and pushing back the Rhine and not letting the Rhine bully him out.
Right. Exactly. I mean, you know, the game that I watched in the semifinals, people were saying that Pigeon Eyes was the definition of a tank, and we are truly seeing that come to life here.
Yep. You kind of see the switch over to Sigma here, and if that is going to help them capture this point. Pigeonizer is getting low. They are going to kill Beelzebub right there.
I mean, Pigeonizer still putting in work. I mean, this just goes to show you what can happen.
Toast winning that with less than 100 HP right there.
I have no idea how Pigeon Eyes stayed alive for that long.
I mean, he's hovering that health pack, and then you also got to give, a big up to the supports there, keeping him up
Yeah.
and keeping him
It
alive.
looks like this Sigma switch is very good for them right here. They're going to be able to capture this chokehold right now.
Oh, he's able to pick him up, slam him down, get a little bit of extra time on that point, and they're going to be able to take
Pigeon
it.
Eyes needs to back up here. He's got to remember, you can't get healing past that barrier. That Sigma barrier can stop healing. You got to remember that.
We may be going for a switch here from Toast. We are. He's going back to the Ryan.
I think he just switched there right there to get him the point, and then Ryan is super good here once you have the payload to go and push up and make space.
I really think that this is still very winnable. I mean, they did a very good job at holding that point. They held it to about a minute, a little over a minute, but that's still good hold for them. On the side of College
You see
Dropout.
a Ryan v Ryan right now, and you see Pigeon Eyes are really charging up in that back line right there, pushing them out.
We got the visor coming out. Oh, big Reinhardt ulti from Pigeon Eyes with the Kitsune rush for the backup, and his team's gonna push up here. We got Soldier 76 hiding in the corner here, waiting for his team to come back. That's a great idea. Don't ever be afraid to hide. I would say, I do that a lot myself.
Save that, KD, and save them from being able to build up their ult on you.
Exactly. It's interesting to see because they actually, College Dropouts actually gave up position to look for that soldier. It seemed like they knew he was hiding somewhere. They just were unfortunate. Unfortunately, they just did not find him.
You see Dax going in the back right there using visor, kind of getting wasted with the Lucio beat. We have Elizabeth using a Zen ult another time. I believe that's like the second or third Zen ult right there. That's huge.
That Zen ult is big. That can win you a team fight. I mean, you're pretty much unkillable during that ulti. I mean, I think there's only like one way you could be killed, and that's if you get Anna anti-healed, and that's about it. Or Junker Queen as well. I mean, they're doing a great job. They holding this point at where it's at now. They're wasting a lot of time here.
You do see the Executioners coming in with 3 ults.
They do have 3 ults, but this Reinhardt does have his shatter up, so this could change the whole game for them. Big Reinhardt shatter, exactly what I was talking about. I mean, this is going to be the last push for them on the enemy team. On the enemy team. I've seen Red and say enemy team. I've been playing way too much competitive Overwatch today. Pigeon Eyes typing in chat, Reinhardt. It seems like Pigeon Eyes is really taking that tank role to a different level there.
Unable to get a pick with the Cassidy ult. Pigeon Eyes hopping in there, going to swing around. Toast Feratu returning the favor, taking Pigeon Eyes right back out. And they're able to push this point a little bit.
I mean, it just goes to show you maybe you shouldn't be him.
Do this chokehold right here.
Ooh, Dax being taken out in that backline as he tried to swing around. Madman just holding his own right here with 2 healers behind him.
Oh, we got another perfect Zenyatta ulti, I would say. That they can hold this overtime just enough for Pigeon Eyes to get back here. Hopefully.
Oh.
Pigeon Eyes on the ball.
There.
That's not going to be what they need.
I feel like if Pigeon Eyes can build up his ultimate here, I mean, that could just perfectly C9 a team off of this point,
That's going to be it right here.
Dax. Yep, and they actually do a very good hold here, only giving up 1 point. I mean, that second point is always a big push, and it's always hard to do, but it's definitely doable. But they did a great job at defending, and I mean, it's great to see it. Like I said earlier, I was rooting for College Dropouts this one because I love to see the underdog win.
Well, we may have that opportunity, and we may not get that sweep that they've been expecting all season long from either team, really. What does that say? Scrap all robots. Seems a little rude.
I say we just be friendly to the robots. You never know. We be friendly to all robots.
You know, I look around at everything in this. I look around at everything in this map, and it's like so like well done, and I mean it's
you really
it's
do
stylized.
It. Yeah,
it's stylized, but it's very detailed. And then this may be the lowest quality thing I've ever seen in Overwatch 2. This little red sign. It's like they imported it from like a Nintendo 64 game. Like even the artwork up here is so much more detailed.
Right.
And then
I mean that just goes to show they put a lot of work in these maps. I mean it's great.
Except for that red little sign.
Yeah, except for the red little sign.
Except for the red sign.
It's all about lore. It's all about lore until it comes to the red little sign.
Everyone tweet Overwatch and say justice for the red little sign. Hashtag justice for the red little sign. All right, as we're coming back in here, we are not holding the gate once again. Neither team wanting to really get up there and hold the gate in front of the statue. They want to stay back, play it a little more safe, but we do have blankets. Yeah, on the other side here. Taking some shots.
They get 3 picks early. Yeah.
Ooh, Crazy Cat going up into that window, killing Dax.
Crazy Cat.
I think he startled him a little bit there.
Yeah, going wild on that Junkrat. Like I said before, it's all about positioning, and we can see executioners getting into exact positions and holding their spot.
Yep. We have Bastion sitting over the right-hand side here, inside the Alderworth.
Oh, we got the teleport from Symmetra. Interesting. They're going to be able to switch and get closer to that point.
You're hopping on the point, but he does get smashed right into the wall.
With the Kiriko Kitsune protecting Tosferatu from getting pinned into that wall and possibly taken out. One of the supports down. We got a Reinhardt v. Reinhardt here on the point. Reinhardt's team is holding their positions while Pigeon Eyes' team is backing him up. I feel like that was questionable for sure.
That's going to push them completely off point. Comet's going to try and get out of there the best he can.
I mean, that's going to put them ahead of Executioners currently when it comes to capture time. You know what I mean? You know, earlier Executioners, I believe, was like 1:20, and they're here. They have a total of 4 minutes, almost 5 minutes, to push to that second point that they or that position that was left at for Executioners. We have 2 ultis on both teams. Actually, almost all of the team has their ultis on both sides. So we're going to be able to see what you know they can do with this and work around their ultimate charges. Bastion going in, getting picked out.
It's a little too deep for the Bastion here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you don't have very much movement speed with a Bastion. Oh, huge ult from Pigeon Eyes, pinning the Reinhardt.
Pigeon Eyes the last available on his team.
Yeah.
And I feel like Executioners have finally remembered you don't necessarily just want to target down the tank. I think they got a little too wide-eyed on Pigeon Eyes here, as he's doing a great job of pulling their attention.
Yeah, I like you said, you don't really want to focus a tank, and I feel like Pigeon Eyes did exactly that, focus that Reinhardt, and maybe costed that push there. We do have a beat coming out from Lucio. Oh, we got the Ana ulti coming out on Reinhardt here. This is something to be feared. I know I fear nano boosted Reinhardt, especially when he is going absolutely crazy hog wild with it. And he's pushing up to take that space and hold this. He does have his ulti. They do have 2 ultis, the Kiriko Rush and the Reinhardt Shadow. Shatter, and same thing for the Executioners too. So let's see how they use those.
That is a great stop there. He's going to try and put him back in his place, but Pigeon Eyes has his own ideas.
Yep. We do get that Kitsune or that Suzu out from the Executioners, which does save them a little bit and get them back up into that fight instead of just sitting there shattered. They are going to have to back up here and reposition and wait for their team to be able to come back. Now they don't have to rush here. They can sit here and wait for Dax to come back up, and I think that's exactly what they're thinking about doing.
Yeah, they're just taking little shots at each other.
Yeah.
Looks like they may be. Yep, they're coming around that backside here. Junkrat ult being taken out immediately by Dax. Well played.
Yeah, I mean, that Junkrat ult has been something this entire game. Junkrat being able to get picks up with that ultimate. We got Pigeon Eyes going in here. He needs to back up and get some healing.
There's Pigeon Eyes going straight down. All they have left is the DPS and the healers now. And really, they only have the DPS left.
DPS, yep. I think they may need to rethink their strategy here on how they're going to be able to push this point, taking out Tosferatu here, and Dax is going to be the only one left alive. Seeing if Pigeon Eyes can come in and do something. Pigeon Eyes now out of position.
Not a great play there by Dax, running straight in, giving them a good stagger. They've only got a minute left. What was looking like an incredibly promising round is going to turn into a very tough one really quickly.
Right.
We do have a Ryan Shatter and a Lucio ult, a beat here coming up. And then there's an Ana ult as well on the opposing team.
Yeah, that beat comes out. Oh. Pigeon Eyes living with 31 HP, but gets still taken out.
Tosferatu doing just an incredible job here, and that's leaving them with Blanket with his ult. And they may end up with a Kirka ult here very shortly.
This is going to be our last push here. If they can utilize these ultis correctly, they can definitely move this point up.
They're gonna have to make sure they get that shatter down at just the right time so it doesn't get blocked. That's their only chance.
Oh,
and it doesn't.
Shatter. They get that Suzu out, but we do have a nano boosted Reinhardt against Reinhardt, and we got the tire coming out, taking out the Ana, and it looks like this is gonna go for the Executioners.
This is pushing us to a 3-0 win. Executioners taking Season 1 of the BroLeague, or of Overwatch BroLeague. Congratulations to them. What a game. Like we were saying earlier, we were looking at the stats, and like we were saying, the stats don't tell the whole story. That anything can happen on any given day to any given team. And it just so happened that today the Executioners walk away with that dub.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's unfortunate to see. I was hoping that College Dropouts could bring it back there, and they almost did. They were putting up a wonderful fight, and they did a great job. And Pigeon Eyes really coming back in and showing how he plays tank and his flexibility. We've seen him pick a lot of different characters during these 3 maps.
Well, I, for one, want to hear from Tosferatu and how he has led his team into Season 1 of the Overwatch BroLeague Championship and giving them the championship win. But first, while we get him in here and get everything situated around, let's hear a word from our sponsors over at Rogue. 10% off with code BroLeague. Welcome back, everyone. For a 3-0 match here, we've got the champion of the league here, the team captain of the champions of the league. We got Toast Ferratu. Welcome in.
Thank you. Feels really good to be here.
I I imagine it does, man. It's been it's not been a long season. We have other seasons that are really long, but it feels like it's been a long season. It's been let's see now, 11 weeks in total from game 1 to finishing the championship.
I believe this might be even week 13 if we're counting everything. So
You know what?
unlucky
You're
for
right.
the college dropouts, but lucky for me.
We were now as we were kind of talking earlier, we were looking at the stats for both teams. Chad and I were we before the games ever started, we looked at the stats, and for all intents and purposes, the Executioners had higher stats on pretty much everything. And we
Really,
talked.
I would expect the college dropouts to have.
I'm sorry, college
stats. Is that what you
dropouts.
said?
I was gonna say the
Okay,
college
My
I was
fault.
gonna say.
My fault. Wrong team. Yeah, college dropouts had the higher stats on everything. And Chad and I talked about it, and one of the things we said was, the stats aren't always correct. Like, we can look at stats day in and day out, and it just does not mean one team is better than another team. Is that anything y'all had focused on at all this season, as far as like getting stats, or have y'all just been mostly focused on anything else?
Well, we definitely, considered, like, obviously we want to perform well in the stats charts, but, I was support for like the first half of the season, and then I swapped over to DPS, and now I'm on tank. And I think that's more what kind of brought us here. Like, I expected this to be a lot closer of a game, and the Kings Row was definitely very close. But the thing that I really think, brought us to the end was when people go back and they watch our games, they don't see how we played today. They see how we played when Crazy Cat was on tank, or when I was playing May, stuff like that. So it was an entirely different composition. I definitely have to thank Comets for, so he played most of this season on 9 frames per second. Today he had 240 frames per second.
Oh,
so
let's go.
That I think that made a big difference. Blanket has gotten so much better throughout the season. I definitely think we found how to make him shine, and he performed very well on DPS. So really just all across the board. I got to thank Zesty for coming out tonight. I don't know much about how they play, but he was like, listen, I'll play support. And we're like, perfect. We'll work around that. We threw Blanket over to DPS because we've been doing that. We've been having people sub on support. It's just unfortunate, how it worked out. But yeah, so it was pretty standard for the last 5 games, and he's just gotten better and better on DPS.
I mean, what I heard is that you are new to tank. I mean, is there anything in particular you did to practice? Because it seems like you really got a handle on this thing.
So Overwatch 2, I haven't played a lot of tank.
Okay.
The DPS passive as a Ryan main just kind of fucked me. I just couldn't catch up to anybody. But my main in Overwatch 1 was Reinhardt. So, there's definitely a little bit of things that don't carry over. Like Overwatch 1, my fire strikes were perfect. Like, I knew exactly when that cooldown was. I was just sending it back out again. Whereas now that there's 2, it takes some getting used to.
Right.
For sure.
And we do have some questions here for you in the chat too.
Absolutely.
Sorry about that. We from GT Gamers, did Pigeon Eyes make you second guess your tank plays at all?
So I was worried about going head to head to Pigeon. He's definitely very good. I was very fortunate. Orisa counters Ryan in a lot of ways. Just shuts down a lot of what he can do. But if I wait for Orisa to not be gold, I can shatter their whole team freely. So that's something that I really was looking for when he was playing Orisa, and it worked out a few times in my favor. But yeah, at the end when he pulled out the Reinhardt and I had to go head to head, I mean, you saw it for yourself. He Ryan diffed me like 3 times, and then I just got him once towards the end. So, props to him. Great game on his part. It's just.
I mean, yeah, it was always back and forth. I feel like with the tanks, it was a tough game. It was crazy to watch, and I'm sure everybody was having fun watching it as well.
Yeah, I definitely hope the viewers enjoyed it. This whole league has been an effort to put on by myself, EDAC, Wansboro, and everybody else. We can't do it without the people who play and the fans. So
yeah, that's incredibly true. Not to sound like a one of those middle of the night commercials for the price of a coffee a day or something like that. The subs and everything that go into this channel go right back into everything that we put in. It goes into the bots that we use. It goes into the Discord stuff that we have. It goes into getting trophies and things for winners at the end of the season. So if you have a Prime sub, toss it in there for the price of a cup of coffee every 7th Wednesday. You can support the BroLeague. But yeah, back into the questions here. Why did you focus on Rhine all game? Why not any other tanks? Is it just because you're more used to Rhine, or is it just don't like the other?
Yeah, so definitely just I have a lot of confidence in my ability to play Rhine. You saw me pull out the Sigma for a little bit. That's definitely somebody I like to play, but kind of only when I feel like I'm being countered. I play most of the tanks, but I'm not as confident on them. And I knew like, okay, so they're running like an immobile, like they had an Ana and a Zen. On my research, I kind of knew like, they're probably going to run Ana the whole time. So if I can block those sleeps, I can get on top of Ana, I can absolutely shut down that
Right.
team. And then there was a lot of maps like Esperanza. I was nervous running Rhine just because there is a lot of high ground. But fortunately, because they weren't running really any dive tanks, which Pigeon usually runs a dive tank or two. We saw him run ball a few times. But fortunately, I was able to stick on the main fight for a lot of it, and I left it to my DPS to take care of those people up top. And I just trusted them to do their job, and they did it well.
And yeah, they did it well. You did it well. Everybody played their job to perfection tonight, and I mean we see that with the 3-0 victory here. I don't have any other questions off the top of my head here. Chad, you got anything?
I mean, no, not really. I mean, GG's, man. You guys really pulled it together. I think when I interviewed you for the semifinals, I think you were very hyped for this as well. You said you guys been waiting for it, and you've been putting together your team, and I really do like the communication in your team. It seems like you guys have just kind of like an unspoken bond, being able to have random supporting people, or being able to switch from support to DPS to tank, and it really just works.
Yeah, no, we thought about swapping up the comps for the end too. We did the communication was great, I gotta say, from everybody on the team tonight. We talked everything over. I don't know if the stream saw it, but Crazy Cat taught me a new tech. I was up on the top shelf as Rhine, blocking for the Widowmaker.
Yeah,
we
did see that.
I saw
never done that before in my life.
I almost said it in voice. I was like, maybe I'm just dumb, but I have never seen a Rhine up on that
I
top
didn't
shelf.
know that was physically possible. It takes you need I need to swap to Monkey, and then you need a May to lift Rhine up to the top shelf, and then swaps off May to the Widow. So a lot goes into it, but apparently it can be done. So it's pretty
Wow.
cool.
Yeah, that's some top tier plays and some top tier insight here for you at the Pro League. So that's awesome. Well, we've got our questions and everything we want to say out of the way. Toast, you got anything else you want to say?
Definitely. I already said it, but I just want to thank everybody for being here tonight. I just want to say, it was really well fought to the other team. I definitely was nervous the whole time. I really didn't think that it was going to go so well. But I do want to say to everybody, season 2, not that far away. We don't have a final date yet, but we're definitely I'm expecting good things from season 2. I think we're going to have a pretty good handle on things, and things will go a little bit smoother. And I'm excited to give this a go, a second go, I should say.
Yeah, second time will be even better than the first. And like he was saying, season 2 should be coming up soon. We are going to take a bit of an off season, so don't expect us to put signups tomorrow. But do keep an eye out, at least in the announcement channels for Overwatch, as well as the main Discord channel, so you know when it's time to go and sign up. That way you can be a part of this fantastic league. You got a friend that plays Overwatch? Bring them in here. Let's have some more people in here. I'd like to have at least 6 teams again this next season. That's going to be bare minimum. If we can move it to 8 teams, we might even do that. But we still got to have some subs out there as well. We still got to have subs. So
right.
Get your friends
who knows?
in.
Maybe I'll get my hands dirty. I do play a little bit of Overwatch. You know, I'm not too good, but who knows?
Hey, that's the whole purpose of the BroLeague. We
Yeah,
got
that's why we do
people.
it. We need all skill levels.
I mean, you know, I'm having fun. I'm having a lot of fun casting here and watching the games. I always really enjoy it. I do my research when it comes to being able to cast these games. I've watched a lot of competitive stuff. Even though I've only casted 2 games, I just want to be, you know, up there and ready. I'm super hyped for this whole thing, and I can't wait for season 2.
Yeah, Chad, you've been fantastic in the booth. I appreciate you being here with me tonight. Kay, wherever you may be at this point, thanks for hopping in here and helping out as well. Toast, congratulations, and thanks for hopping in for an interview. For the fans out there, for everyone that is out there on Twitch, thanks for hopping in. Thanks for keeping us going. Thanks for being the best part of BroLeague. And until next time, I guess we'll just see you then. Later, nerds.
Peace.